I feel like I'm a little bit in the twilight zone. I have had a replacement of my Christopher Robin coin from a few weeks ago from the Royal Mint, and unfortunately it also has some very serious issues. I am not a happy bunny, and this video will stand testament to my disappointment and anger with the Royal Mint and their quality control departments. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining us for this week's edition of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. And this week it's a bit of a repeat edition, but not in a good way at all. 2 weeks ago I did a video about this coin, the Christopher Robin, and I sent it back to the Royal Mint for a replacement because the one that I originally got was not good at all. I'm afraid the replacement is not good either, and it's just highlighting once again the failures of the Royal Mint's quality control and or slightly shady practices on returns. And I'm not making any formal accusations that I've basically been given a coin that's been returned once already, but this coin has got some issues that I don't like, and for a proof coin that costs £67.50 for about £4 worth of silver, I want it to be perfect. I want it to look as good as it can be. And there are these really yucky looking black splodgy marks on the edge of the coin at the top. There's also one over here on the side, and there's another one over here. Not acceptable quality at all from the Royal Mint, and it's not even something that is so subtle that it might be missed by quality control. It was the first thing that I was drawn to when I opened up this replacement coin with anticipation of perhaps the first one was just a bit unlucky. The first Winnie the Pooh I got was just fine. And then on closer inspection, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up with the light here today, but there is another mark actually just underneath the 50 pence. It's a very, very faint mark, I'll grant them that, but it's still another little kind of ding, denty, scratchy thing, which again is just not acceptable on a proof coin. And I'm kind of at a turning point here, I think, on this particular series. It's one that is really conflicting me because the Christopher Robin Winnie the Pooh series generally is one that I'm really, really in favour of. I like the way it looks and I really want to be able to enjoy the series. Just looking at this now on the viewfinder of the camera as well, and I think there's a little kind of scratch underneath this part of the design just on that right hand side as well. So it's one of those coin series that I really want because I have a great childhood connection to Winnie the Pooh and this whole genre, and Mrs. Backyard Bullion does as well, and it was the reason why we wanted to get the series. Of course, there's no guarantee that any coin like this will yield a return on its original price point, but to at least have a chance of it holding value and have a perfect specimen of it. You know, I'm not some unknowledgeable coin collector. I know that a proof coin should be as good as it can be. A proof coin is meant to be the best that a coin can be, and they're just being let down at the moment by quality control. And I don't know what this black stuff is at the top here. Is this sort of leftover paint or enameling from part of the process that's splashed on there? It's really very strange to look at, and for any coin collector that knows, if you crack open a capsule to try and look at these imperfections or even try and take them off, and you're just going to destroy the coin's value even further. So it's not something I'm prepared to even consider doing or sending in for conservation, but it genuinely looks like some of the kind of black acrylic paint almost that you'd get from this coin process. Not acceptable at all. Now, this is a return from a coin that was already significantly compromised. You've got a situation here where the Royal Mint are taking in return coins, and goodness knows how many they are getting returned. And for me to have two in a row of this particular type of coin, which are substandard, it's worrying, because I have heard and I have seen tales of coins in the past, coin releases in the past that are relatively limited mintage for ones that are imperfect to be sent back and then only to be sent out to customers once again. Now that's understandable. The Royal Mint's a business that's making money, and of course they've made their products and they're going to send them out to customers. fine. But I think there's got to be a line drawn at some point to say, no, there is a coin that is failing quality control completely and is not acceptable to be sent out to a customer. I know from my own perspective, if I've got a product that I'm not happy with, perhaps I've poured a bar and it's not come out quite right, or I've done some stamping on a product and I've messed a stamp up, or I've misstamped something, or the stamping's not aligned properly and it doesn't look right. I always think of it from the customer's perspective. What would the customer want? The customer is always right. That is the most important thing for any business to realise. And it does seem like the Royal Mint just doesn't care, because they are prepared to send out coins to customers who have already returned one that was compromised with another coin that is not good. You know, the returns department is not an automated process. The returns department will have real physical people that will take in the parcels that they receive back. They will process the coin, and then they will send out a replacement, if so, to the customer. And the fact that I even wanted a replacement in the first place is a bonus for the Royal Mint, because I could just take a refund, complete refund. They will then lose out the £7.50 that it cost me to return that coin in the first place. So for me, from my perspective and their perspective, they are still making money on my sale. But now I'm faced with a dilemma, because I have this second coin which is not acceptable and not one that I would like to add into my collection. You know, those imperfections are not something that you can just miss either. My eye is drawn to them. It was drawn to them immediately when I opened up the package. So I'm now faced with the quandary of, do I send it and try and give them a third opportunity to get a good coin? Am I going to end up with one that's just poor quality again? And it's not exactly like this is a sold out product where the only coins that they have left are the poor ones that have been returned. You know, it's still in stock on the Royal Mint's website. It doesn't show any indication that it's been out of stock at any point. And, you know, from my perspective, that's obviously not great from a, you know, investment point of view in terms of being able to buy it and then sell it on at a profit at a later time. But that's not why I'm buying them. I'm buying them because I have a childhood connection to the Winnie the Pooh universe and series, and so does Mrs. Backyard Bullion. But at the same time, as I said, we're not new to coin collecting, and we know that having a perfect specimen of a coin is good. And I have said on numerous occasions that if you know, down the line there was a situation where we wanted to give this perhaps to you know, a relative that appreciates Winnie the Pooh, or you know, our children or our grandchildren at some point in the future, I would not be happy giving them a coin that I know is going to be compromised and not pleasant to, you know, to the discerned eye to look at. And the Royal Mint perhaps think they can get away with this by sending these kind of coins out over and over again to people who don't have that discerning eye and won't see these imperfections, or perhaps don't know that that imperfection there is not right and will hurt their coin's value. You know, that's just, in my opinion, not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. Now, secondary to all of this as well, part of the returns process is frustrating me a little bit at the moment. For those that don't know, in the UK we have consumer rights, and if there is an imperfection in a coin like this and you send it back, it's the Royal Mint's or the selling company's responsibility to pay for the postage, and they have refunded postage in the past on other items. In this particular occasion, I sent my postage receipt and my email in to say, I've sent this coin back, I've asked for a replacement, but I'd like it if you could please refund the £7.50 I've paid for postage to send it back special delivery. And I got a really weird email saying, you've already had a replacement coin and a refund for your postage. And it's literally the day I sent it. And I was like, well, no, I haven't. And they're referring to a completely different order about 2 months ago. So, you know, there's definitely something not quite right going on at the moment. Now, I know that everybody in this world is struggling with coronavirus and just stresses and strains of life. That's understandable. But the Royal Mint needs to sort this out. They need to be able to actually get a good coin out to a customer and have the customer's confidence that these kind of things are going to happen. It's really frustrating. Now, in a normal circumstance, I would just write this off. I'd just say refund, complete refund, no other coins to come out for this replacement. But I like the coin series. I like the way that it's shaping up, and I think it's going to be an attractive one to collect for us, and it was something that we were looking forward to. So I am now resolved to give them one final third chance. Third time's a charm. And if anybody from the Royal Mint, whether it be in the Bullion department or whether it be in the quality control department or the proof department, watches this video, know that it is unacceptable to send out coins to customers that are not meeting quality control. Quality control is meant to be there to stop these kind of coins happening and getting out to customers, to stop this kind of a video being made on YouTube and giving negative press to what is otherwise a very good institution of coin making. I have their little return slip here, which I've folded somewhat to protect some of my private details, but says more than 1,000 years of dedication to quality stand behind the products of the Royal Mint. You are now part of that legacy. Please share your moments with @RoyalMail. Have any questions or concerns, or just want to share your thoughts? Customer services at royalmint.com. Well, royalmint.com or @Royal Mint UK, I'm sharing my thoughts and concerns. And if the 1,000 years of dedication to quality that stand behind your products if this is an example of that, then I think that there's been some misplaced knowledge being put in that 1,000 years. This needs to improve, and for me, it's a £67.50 coin, which is a lot of money for a tiny piece of silver. It's money that I don't need in my life right now. I'm happy to invest it in those products, in these things. But there are people out there in this world that will need to, at some point, perhaps release the money in these coin products. And to have a less than perfect proof coin is putting your customers at risk, and that is not acceptable. And I appreciate that proof coins are not guaranteed to make returns. In fact, most proof coins don't make any returns, but to give it the best opportunity, it needs to be at least good condition, at least passing a very basic quality control check. Look, I've rambled on long enough at this. It does make me angry. It does make me annoyed that this is now the second time this happened. And it's not even just like the annoyance of having that. There's all of the extra annoyance of the stress of getting it returned. We're in a pandemic at the moment. Getting out to the post office is not easy. Click and collecting, yeah, you can do that. But it's just not acceptable. It really isn't. And I don't really want to moan on about it anymore. And I really don't want to have to make a third video about this whole process, and I've got a third bad coin. It's just not right. It's just not right at all. So this is the last chance of the Royal Mint to get it right, to get a coin out to me that is at least perfect to the naked eye. I will grant that any coin will have some very, very small imperfections that might catch it and not make it a PF70, but at least to have a coin that will make a decent showing. This is not one of those. The first one I got was definitely not one of those. So there's a lot to make up for in coin number 3 if we can get it. In case anybody else gets this particular coin serial number, it's number 17,392. Be interesting to see if anybody ever did get that number recycled through the quality control systems, because in my opinion this should be melted down and remade. Anyway, that is my slightly angry rant, but I don't like being overly negative like on my channel. My channel is not meant to be about negativity, but when you get situations like this, which are just not really very conducive to instilling confidence in the Royal Mint's products going forwards. It's meant to be a 9-coin series, quite a significant investment, nearly £500 worth of investment. And for me at the moment, it's looking like it won't go on past the 3 coins. I've committed to the first 3. We'll just have to see. They've got one more chance to get it right, otherwise I'm not even going to bother. It's just not acceptable. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and if you have any concerns about the Royal Mint's quality, as they say on this little slip of paper, feel free to get in touch with the Royal Mint to let them know your disappointment in this coin that I've received, or any coins that you have received. Through feedback, companies can improve, and this video will stand testament as constructive criticism and feedback for the Royal Mint's quality control team. The minting, it may have been a minting issue, and that needs to be addressed as well, but the quality control didn't pick it up, and that is not acceptable. So there we go, that's my thoughts on the subject. A big thank you to everybody for watching and listening to me ramble on. If you've enjoyed the ramble, the angry ramble that is, then let me know by hitting the thumbs up button and sharing this video around on your own social media. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, like 75% of all views across the channel have not done so already, then make sure you do hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 30,000 subscribers, and it would be pretty incredible to get that by the end of 2020. So hit subscribe, hit like, comment as well. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks one and all for watching. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.